Hello, welcome back to Bookcrafts with Jen. This week we're going to do dioramas or scenes, whichever one is easier, or you could do both. So materials needed, we're going to need a box, maybe if you got something from Amazon or a shoebox works. You're going to need tape or glue, but I think tape might work a little bit better in this. Your scissors. You're going to need some paper and markers. I already did my background. And then you're also going to need to figure out which scene do you want to do. I decided to do 5 little ducks because I can draw a duck pretty simply, and it's something that a lot of people know. So I'm going to need 6 pieces of book pages, 5 for the baby ducks and 1 for the mother duck. So after you've decided which scene you want to do, you want to draw out a background, which can take a little while. I just did a little, almost like a forest. And then you want to take the background and you want to attach it into the back of your box. Now I'm just taping this in quick. You could glue it in, but then the problem with glue is that sometimes you have to wait for it to dry. Tape just goes in quick and easy. So now we've got a background. Set that aside. And then you want to draw whatever you're going to be cutting out onto the book pages. So I'm going to draw our baby ducks first. And while you're doing this, you can actually sing the song or read the story as your children work. I would say probably don't choose something too complicated unless you're really artistic, because if you're doing this with a child and they have a short attention span, you're going to end up doing most of the project, which could be fun for you. But if you wanted something that's going to hold their interest, you also need to make sure that you choose something that is familiar to your children. So we've just cut out our 5 little baby ducks. Now I need to do the mother duck. You could do any kind of nursery rhymes. There's 3 little kittens, 3 blind mice. You could do a really fancy scene, maybe doing the cow jumping over the moon, and the dish running away with the spoon. That would have a lot of different little pictures in the scene. You can also do these on just regular paper, which I'll show you in a minute after I finish with this part. You could also, if you want to get really creative, use magazines or picture books. Instead of drawing out your background, you actually go through and cut out pictures of trees, animals, sky, the grass, and do it all that way. Now that we've got our 5 ducks, we've got our box back. So now we need to put the ducks into the scene. What works best would probably be maybe like a coffee stir, something a little bit sturdy. I'm just using these little bits of scrap paper that's a little bit thicker that I had. You want to attach them to the backs of your animal, person, whichever thing you choose. Again, the tape a little bit faster. You don't have to sit there and wait for the glue to dry. Sometimes, especially if the paper's thin or if you use too much glue, it can get really wrinkly or even possibly poke a hole through it. The tape is stuck. So now we've got our 5 little ducks. So if you bend the bottom, so that they can stand up, then when you put them in your scene, again, put the piece of tape and this way they'll be 3D when you do it in the diorama. You could also do them as a puppet show if you had really long, maybe like a chopstick or some kind of really long stick. You go out in your yard, go on a nature walk and get some sticks, and you can have them do puppet shows with them, especially because if anyone is familiar with the 5 little ducks, they go out and as they come back, one disappears until eventually there's no ducks, and it's just the sad mother duck. There is a happy ending to the story, though, because all the ducks do end up coming back home. The only problem with doing this inside of a box, if you choose a really complicated scene, space might be an issue. So it may be helpful to choose something with not too many characters. Oops. It's on the wrong side. Alright, so here you go. We've got Mother Duck and her 5 little babies. They're all out for their walk in the woods. Pretty quick, simple. You can do it, as I said, on just regular paper as well. We've got the 5 baby ducks and the mother duck. There you have it. Another quick and easy book craft, which depending on how much detail you want to put into your background or the figurines that you're cutting out, you can also color them in. I did not, just because this is book crafts and I wanted to emphasize that I had used book pages, the same exact book that I've been using for all the last 3 weeks. So we're getting a lot of projects out of one book, which is also good, so you don't have to destroy too many. So if you come back next week, we're going to learn how to do book page envelopes and little cards.